Hey folks, this is Dre, Tattoo Squid Podcast, here with a bonus uh episode or video. Well, pretty much both. Um, I was watching this movie and I figured I'd do a review on it because I love the movie. It's called The Dead Don't Die, which honestly, if you look at zombie movies, they never fucking die, unless you cut the head off or whatever. But I love this movie. I see it once, twice already. Actually, a second time because that's when I did the review. Uh, but which is cool because I'm like, it's star-studded cast. It has everything in it. Um, and you would not believe the uh the amount of characters there is. I mean, amount of celebrities that's in this. But I'm gonna go through it. Did a little review. Yeah, I might skip a couple parts. It's not what it was, but yeah, you'll get it once I go through. Right. So we're gonna start off, make this bigger. So I'm gonna read up the notes I took. So the dead don't die. Directed by Jim Jarmusch or Mush Jarmusch. Um, I put down the cast because I was gonna put down the whole cast, and I'm like, nah, not really. But so we have Bill Murray, from the Ghostbusters franchise, cameo in Zombieland, Groundhog Day. But in this movie, The Dead Don't Die, he plays a cop, a chief actually, Cliff Robertson. Of all people, never figured him to be a cop as it is, but very carefree person. You know, just he like lets life roll off his back. Anyways, next we have Adam Driver, which was Kylo Ren from the Star Wars. But he plays Officer Ronnie Peterson. Uh, in the movie with the dry humor and a badass attitude, and pretty much tells it like it is, the straight truth. Doesn't sugarcoat anything, basically. Um, and like I said, he was from the Star Wars Episode 7. The Force Awakens. So more than likely, I'm going to be calling him Kylo Ren the whole time. Um, but so he's playing a cop, and also there's no cop in this one called Cleo. Well, the actor's name is Cleo Sagni. I might have butchered the name already. So, and she plays Officer Mindy Morrison, which is a weird fucking, not really a weird name, but you figure it's a name that a director would make up. Um, so but I don't know what movies she's been in, to be honest. Yeah, but her character seems to be a little naive at times and a bit hysterical at times, which we'll probably see, like, down the line. It starts off with the two cops investigating a call, from a farmer Frank, which is played by Steve Buscemi, which is pretty cool. So Farmer Frank calls him up saying, "Hey, this guy Hermit Bob, is eating my chickens." Um, which Hermit Bob is Tim Waits. Not really sure who he is, but I mean the older looking guy. They show a picture of him younger, but the older guy, I think he's been in a bunch of different ones. Uh, they go and confront the hermit, and he's a hermit. So, he's out in the woods. He has his own little place, hunts and fish and everything else. He lives off the wild. Um, but he goes and gets like a shot off, and they try to talk to him, but they nonchalantly, just played it off. It's like, okay, listen, just be careful. Don't try to do anything stupid. We'll come back, when you're in a better, thing. So, and it doesn't really phase him, but just wanders off, giving the hermit a warning, basically. Seems like Hermit Bob is it's got a handle on what's going on with the Earth being off its axis. And that's what it seems like what's going on because the Earth's off its axis and everything's a little bit crazy with the uh, daylight savings time being a little bit off. Um, but then they're in Centersville, but basically the locations they use in Centerville, which is upstate New York, like kind of like the upstate version, like the Catskills, Flashmans, and the Elizaville. So to make up the Centerville, they call it like in the movie. But but then when it comes around, they're driving around, and it seems like the whole style of cop humor, or cop, basically, they were saying that cops love donuts and coffee. Brings it up. He goes, "Hey, you know, you want to stop and get donuts and coffee?" He's like, "No, not really. I don't have coffee now. It's too much in the day." So yeah, there is a guy that likes his donuts and coffee. But they go to a diner that's like the only diner in town. But they haven't gone there yet. So while checking on the CB with static, cell phone being the way it is, that's with the axis of the Earth being the way it is. Um, but then all of a sudden they go and they check on the local radio, and then also there's this title track of the movie, The Dead Don't Die, and it's played by Sturgill Simpson. So they play this thing and they listen to it. It's like a country song. Yeah. It's like, all right, yeah. Um, yeah, but it's pretty much starring in this movie too, I think. Steve Buscemi's at the diner where they go right past, and he's sitting there with Danny Glover, which plays Hank. It's like a hardware owner salesman, and he loves going down to the diner just to hang out, talk to the waitresses and all that. Who doesn't? I used to do it when I was like, I used to go to bars and you go to like, the diner and hang out, coffee and all that. Sometimes, there's like a hot looking, waitress, at the diner. But, you figure, eh, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. How can it be? Well, I don't know. So, where are we at here? Oh, so sung by, Steve Buscemi sitting there. Oh yeah, here we go. So then they go over in Centerville. Then they go past they go past the Centerville. The cops they go past the Centerville juvenile court, where there's this boy Geronimo, uh, is hanging out with these two girls, but they got the two sections. They got a boy section, they got a girl section. And apparently, you're supposed to say in your sections, but Geronimo does not really give a shit. So he gets in there, hangs out. It's like friends. So they're watching the news and seeing what's the skinny on everything that's going on in the world. And the boy is supposed to be, uh, like I said, in a certain section. And pretty much he's a whiz. He's talking about like what would happen with the axis being the way it is. Then we cut to the gas and stuff. So there's a gas station it's called Gas and Stuff, run by this guy named Wiggins as a kid. I think his name is Jason Wiggins or something. I forgot what it was. but he has all this different stuff. Kids come in there to get like ice cream, candy, whatever. Parents go in there too. So it's not like kids gonna go in there just for the hell of it. Um, and then there's a UPS thing that comes around, but it's not UPS. It's called Whoops. Whoops. It's WUPS. So honestly, they don't want to get copyrighted, I guess, for the movie. Um, and lo and behold, it's fucking RZA from Wu-Tang Clan. He's just like delivering fucking packages. I'm like, yeah, but he's been in like every uh was it? He's been in like every karate movie. Wu-Tang Clan, man, they love the karate. But um, like I say, plays a whoops driver, uh, and then he goes and hangs out and he's talking to the guy, he calls him like Frodo, called the guy like a hobbit or something. I don't know. But anyway, so now we cut back to uh where do we cut back to? We cut back oh, the Hermit Bob. Still investigating, you know, but also isn't this a shit? There's like a reporter on the TV and it's Rosie Perez. Now, if you don't know who Rosie Perez is, Rosie Perez is like from Do the Right Thing, that Spike Lee joint. You have to say that. You gotta say the Spike Lee joint. And White Man Can't Jump. I fell in love with this girl when I was younger. I mean, I still did, but she was hot. I was like, just, mm. Well, anyway, um, so she plays a news anchor, which is kind of funny because her name in the news anchor is Posey Suarez, from Channel C7. Like I said, I had a crush on her, but this perverted looking attendant, is watching on TV, and he's like the manager of the Moonlight Motel. Um, Now we get back to the farm Frank. Steve Buscemi, he's looking around, goes outside, doesn't see his cows, doesn't see anything. But with the axis of the changing and everything, you'll see we call it the cows probably like moving off and because there's a certain mind frame, I guess, with the axis and um more of a I don't know. I'm not really sure, but it's more like a scientific, thing to it. Um, so he's looking for the whole thing. Then you cut to uh back at the police station where you see a dead body in the police station, which I don't understand that, but they're holding the dead body for the coroner in the morning. And the dead body is basically well, her name is Mallory O'Brien, but she's played by Carol Kane, which if you don't know who Carol Kane is, she was in Princess Bride. She was the little, the little couple that helped um uh the man in black we call, be well. It's like have fun storming the castle. They're gonna die. Yeah, they're gonna die. But she was also Laka's wife in Taxi. So if you don't know what Taxi is, it's an old show. You probably haven't seen it. You probably heard about it, but you never seen it. It was great. I love, but in the movie she smells like Chardonnay because I guess she was a drunk. She just loves Chardonnay. Waiting for the coroner, and the coroner is her name is Zelda Winston, but she is played by Tilda Swinton. Now, she played in, I was going to say Pirates of the Caribbean, but no. Constant, she was in that one. She's been in other ones too, but I can't really remember, like that. But honestly, this is, Zelda, and also Zelda, from Legend of Zelda, and also Winston. And this is what's funny about it. It sounds familiar, right? Winston. Where you hear Winston from? Same thing with Ghostbusters. You got Winston, you got Bill Murray. All you need now is Ray Stantz. But that's not going to fucking happen. Well, you never know. It might be that way. Uh, so, gets on the cop salary. All of a sudden they cut back to the thing, and one of the cops has a smart car, and the other one has a Prius. So I guess the cop salary is pretty good that you can afford to get a smart car, but I don't know how much smart cars are anymore. I think back in those days it was very expensive. Now it's like a dime a dozen, I guess. You can very much go, you um, Prius. I mean, I always make fun of Priuses, but now you think about it because you got the electric and it's gas. So now if you run out of gas, or you can use the electric and you save on the gas, then you use the electric until it's done, and then you use the gas. So it kind of works out. But now we come back and the chief still in the thing after viewing the body of the Chardonnay Mallory. Um, is not liking the whole thing of the daylight still be going on. Is bothered by the daylight. And Kylo Ren saying this is going to end very badly, which honestly, you never know. I'm scratching my head, my bald head actually. Beyond, what does he know? He says it's a feeling, it's a strong feeling. So yeah, right. Wink, wink. Strong feeling. But then we go to the coroner, and apparently the coroner is like a samurai menagerie or something. She has like the one side it's like where you have all the uh what is it called? The coroner stuff on one side, and you got a Buddha and a sensei kind of like atmosphere. You're like, you know, um, so she and then dojo, so they got the confines. So now we cut to where Hermit Bob pretty much sitting there. The moon is having a purple hazing around it. Then we see the dead start to rise, pretty much a good amount of it. Uh, and two of them show up, which is like two looking like hippies or yeah, whatever. And one is Iggy Pop. And I'm like, holy shit, fucking Iggy Pop, where the fuck he's been? Um, but then they go and they wander around. Next thing you know, they're going right into this diner that you see uh Steve Buscemi was in there and Danny Glover was in there. So now the two waitresses are in there and they're ready to go home. They were cleaning up. Here come the zombies late at night. It's almost like a robbery kind of thing. But no, they get eaten. So um but then all of a sudden after when they eat the thing, they want to have coffee. Well, I never seen a fucking zombie have coffee. The coffee, but then they talk. Well, they don't talk major like I'm doing now. They do like coffee, mm, coffee, So it's like a one word kind of thing. Um, so we are at where uh oh, so now the cops get called in by Danny. They come in there, one at police car, smart car, Prius car. Yeah. And pull in there and each one of them views the body. The chief looked like he was about to puke. Not sure what's going on because he never seen shit like that before. Fucking Kylo Ren fucking comes in. Oh, he just looks and he goes, ugh, yuck. And then the hysterical Mindy comes in and she gets not really frantic, but she's holding together, doing crowd control, and uh, gets it all together and whatnot. So, um, but then all of a sudden we cut down to where am I at here? Oh, we get to Selena Gomez. Oh, another girl. I'm like, I was in love with now with this picture of what she's wearing. It's like, she got like the like not a halter top, but she has like a fitted, um, like one of those, shirts that you see in like the '70s or something. She's wearing like Daisy Dukes, but not really Daisy Dukes, but they don't ride up like you would figure they do, but they do ride up a little bit. I'm like, wow, especially when you see the little ass cheeks hanging. Yeah, I know that's a little weird, but yeah. Um, but she's driving around, uh, with this, these two guys, But let me just tell you this little tidbit that I just found out, just minutes when I was going into this, and I figured I'd put it in here. You know, the first bottle of Coca-Cola from the 1800s, like 1893 or whatever, contained around 3.5 grams of cocaine. And now I'm wondering, I'm like, no wonder why my parents or grandparents, would always say that they walked to and from school uphill both ways in the snow barefoot. I'm like, yeah, because they're high on fucking cocaine, you know. But anyway, let's get back to the thing. Um, oh yeah, Austin Butler, he's like this big star now. I think he was in. Nobody didn't really know who he was in this, but in this movie, he plays Jack, and Jack's like a fucking asshole. Um, he travels with Selena Gomez, and I don't know what her name is in the movie. I forgot about that. But then there's like this dreadlock looking guy as well. The young guys. But it just seems like Austin, thinks he's going to get something from her. I don't think it's going to happen. Um, you know, because then once they stop at the gas and stuff, and the guy's making fun of the guy behind the counter because he does this, and she's sweet on him, because she likes the guy. We probably give him all this information. um, and then but he calls him Frodo. I'm like, what the fuck, really? Come on, dude. Just because you gotta be one of those assholes. And we all know like Tilda Swinton plays some weird fucking characters, but with this one, she's even weirder with this. Uh, Especially in a movie we call it the funeral home alone is called the Ever After Funeral, which you figured it comes about, yeah. Um, Now, because honestly, I was hoping there's going to be like some kind of like sex scene with Selena Gomez, but probably not on a contract. um, Again, Permit Bob still investigating, finding some clues. Cue the Scooby Dum, dum 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 dum, you know. Uh, and wait a minute, why did Geronimo lick his lips when he was asking about the Grizzly murders? Creepy. Well, now we know probably why he's in juvie. He probably did something that was fucking fucked up shit. Looks like there's some holes in the ground, and it's not the ground probably from Caddyshack. Uh, oh, folks, if you don't know what Caddyshack is, just fucking get the movie, stream it, whatever. You can't stream it, go buy the movie. You'll love it. Rodney Dangerfield, uh, uh, Ted Knight, um, what's that guy's name? Uh, oh my God, I forgot. Wait, wait. It starts out a cast. Even Bill Murray is in Caddyshack. He plays the groundskeeper. Um, Shit, where did I leave off? Oh, Caddyshack. Uh, oh, and there he goes again. You know, number three, number four. Oh yeah, no, he was saying we got a whole, uh, this is not going to end well, but he's saying like three or four times right now, which is just, driving everybody crazy almost, And Herman Bob is spying like a hawk, and uh, now he knows the reason for the happenings. Again, that's a different movie. Happening is a different movie. Mark Wahlberg, yeah. Uh, but then all of a sudden they were going to tell like what's going to happen, with uh, the with the zombies and all that. It could be zombies, and they go past Farmer Frank's house, and they're like, "Well, why don't we tell Farmer Frank?" He's like, "Fuck Farmer Frank." It's like, "Well, shit." It's like, yeah, because the guy's an asshole. Um, so yeah, well, and then but now you know that you have to kill a zombie by either shoot him in the head, cutting the head off. Pretty much the head has to get decapitated from it. Yeah, that's about it. Um, so it gets decapitated, the brain's maybe, seeping out, uh oh, and I guess the kids we call it, Selena Gomez and everybody else, they found out on the thing and they're gonna lock the doors. Uh, you know, but then all of a sudden, Maui is like looking for wine and it gets up and everybody's freaking out, But you figure Kylo Ren does like lightsaber training and all that. You would figure he cut the head off like really good. No, it took him like 4 or 5 fucking chops just to get the head off. I'm like, really? Come on, dude. Um, but it's a different movie. So it is. Um, gonna shoot the brand out, da da da. We talked about that. They had one. Uh, oh my god. And there's another thing right here. We call it that creepy, pervy fucking guy from the motel. He's like just saying, he goes, "Oh, what the hell?" Looking for his cat, and here's a zombie. Free cable. And he's like, "Yeah, you got free cable." And he gets fucking eaten, which is fine. He gets eaten. Well, bye bye. See you later. Um, and then you cut to the cops bringing extra ammo. Like I said, I was looking for. But then also the chief is like a really bad shot. He shoots, he misses 2 times, he gets it right in the side, and then that's when Kylo was like taking 4 or 5 chops to the neck. Um, what else? Shit, I'm messing up over here. Uh, extra ammo, and with a lightsaber, but now with the machete. Crazy Tilden doing makeup on golf course, and coming back now, she is going to do some slice and dice with, what is she? She had all that stuff going on with the golfers and all that. Put all this makeup on them, and she had to cut the head off. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, good God! And then, but it's a nice touch though. Farmer Frank has more visitors and maybe some target practice. Zombies starts ragtagging the gas and stuff. Mostly kids. Well, they want their candy. Um, oh, yeah. This one hurt me really good. Because RZA is a zombie now. He's just sitting there. He's got this fucking thing in his head, and he's a zombie, which fucking sucks. Uh, next thing you see, you see a whole bunch of zombies. With a whole bunch of cell phones, no cell service. Hell, I get that almost every time sometimes. Not really no cell service, but sometimes it freezes a little bit. I'll get that. Um, and then you got other zombies going, uh, you know, to the pharmacy and just waiting out there. I want this, want that, and then oh yeah, and Sturgill Simpson, remember that guy that sang that song? He's in the fucking movie. He's like a zombie. He's dragging the guitar. Um, and then we get cut back, and the hardware store gets overrun. Uh, the juvie center gets overrun. You know, But then the juvie kids, they hide in the closet. Good thing, Uh, but then all of a sudden now Kylo Ren is always bringing down the room. Uh, oh man, really? The pervy hotel manager, he turned into a zombie and they kill the kids, including Selena Gomez. That son of a bitch. Um, mm, I'm a little miffed. But so now they get to a uh they're gonna go and scour the thing because it dies down a little bit. No pun intended. Um, so now the coroner says, okay, I'll take over. Could I have a vehicle just in case everything gets all crazy? So gives him the keys to his smart car. And would you know it? The keys had a Star Wars emblem on his keychain. Well, I guess you had to put that in there. And then, pretty much the corners like going around, slicing and dicing. Uh, yeah, Star Wars and all that. Uh, but then they had to, they find the kids in the thing. So um, they had to go and Kylo Ren had to go and slice and dice, the head. I'm so upset about that whole thing with Selena. Uh, but he's carrying the head around, like like that. I'm like, well, it gives a whole new turn to giving head. But mm, okay, we're moving on. I know that was a bad joke. I'm sorry. So sorry. Let's continue. Well, great. Look, and he's being hysterical. Wow, dead hipsters from real Cleveland. What the fuck, Tilden? Tilden, we could type in so fast. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, and but I love this. I love the line that she says. She sees all these zombies and all that. They're looking at their dark, and then she goes, "Oh no, all you well balanced and past your expiration date." That's like the coolest fucking line. I just love it. And the cops are driving around and look, there's the coffee zombies. Like coffee. Yeah. They're still awake. Hmm, okay. And then Kylo Ren plays the fucking CD. That's Sturgill Simpson, all that. But this is when the chief gets fucking pissed. I'm like, fuck this shit. Fucking throws the shit. Um, but then our boys Hank and Wiggins, they're in uh, the hardware store and they get overrun and they forgot about the back door. So back door, and then they get overrun. All these fucking zombies coming out of nowhere. Um, but then they drive around and the cops' car gets stuck with all these body parts and all that. But apparently they want to run over, or actually the chief want to run over, uh, the bodies just to make sure they're dead. So now the girl Mindy's hysterical. Oh my god, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then she looks over and there's her granny out there, her dead granny from so many years. It's like, oh my god, granny, I can't do this. I'm coming, granny. I'm like, really? You're gonna open the fucking door and get in there? But thankfully, none of the zombies came in. Nope, they didn't come in. So, but again, Kylo Ren says that phrase again, like, oh, it doesn't now. Now the chief's all fucking pissed. He goes, fuck you, man. Fuck you with that whole goddamn thing. And then, so now we cut back to Tilda with the smart car, and she sliced this. She sees this model, right? It's a zombie model, and it's like, oh, strike a pose, and then strike a pose, and like one swift, whatever, yeah. Um, and it's just like funny. Then you see the kids, they scurry off. So I think throughout the whole movie, the kids kind of survive the whole thing. Uh, and then we get back to the cops in the car. One of them is dead because she wanted to go and see Granny. Um, Now, the chief is wondering why this guy's saying, that phrase every time, like, oh, this is not going to end well. It's like, why you keep It's like you seem like you're well controlled in this whole thing. Like you know what's going to happen. How you know? He goes, you really want to know? He goes, yeah, I really want to fucking know. He goes, I read the script. And I'm like, what? They used the director? He goes, yeah, Jim gave me the script. I never see. I only read the parts that we're supposed to do. He goes, I didn't read the whole fucking script. I never got the whole script. And he goes, oh, well, he gave me the script. Now I know what's going on. So now while they're going through this whole thing, then using the director's name, which is funny shit, you know, and then wait a minute, then, oh shit, there it is, wait, no. They put a fucking UFO in there and they beamed up the fucking coroner. They beamed her up. I'm like, now it makes a lot of sense why she's going and how she's freaking. She knows how to do all this shit. But they asked him. He goes, well, what does the script say? What does the script say? Well, we're supposed to go out in a blaze of glory. We're supposed to do all this stuff. And but when the coroner gets beamed up and all that, he looked up and he goes, "Is this in the script?" Goes, no, not the one I read. But so now they get out, they battle, they cut, they're shooting, they're slicing and dicing with a machete. Uh, there's this stupid girl we call it with the that wanted to see Granny. She's a zombie now. Cut her head off. Um, Granny gets shot by the cops. Like, well, get shot. Farmer Frank, he gets a shot. He goes, you had this deserve to get this right now. Then Hank goes by and he's like, I can't do it. I can't shoot you. Just walk by. And he starts walking back. Yeah, see you later. Bye bye. Um, who else? Then he shoots the pervy fucking motel manager, which thank God. Like, yeah, bad hair, dude. Um, what else happened? They had who else he got? He got somebody else. Oh my God, there was somebody. Oh, Wiggins. Oh, Wiggins, the hippie looking dude. Yeah. Then he gets sliced and diced a lot. So, but overall, we could. But you figured now, after the whole beaming and everything else, uh, and the chief and Officer Robinson, Kylo Ren, go into battle, and the chief had still one hand in the pocket. I don't know what the whole one hand in the pocket is. Um, but they went out like the script said in a blaze of glory. Not like John Bon Jovi, but um, but still, Hermit Bob still alive, and he's narrating this whole thing at the end. Um, and it's a great fucking movie. I mean, I've watched it twice, right? I watched it once, and then I watched it a second time to do like a review. So I love the movie. Very funny. I like how they put the stuff in, um, like the director's name. It's like, oh, I read the script and all that. But they put a lot of like crazy shit, like a UFO, uh, you know, Tilda Swinton being like an alien, I guess. Um, a Chardonnay fucking zombie, all these on Iggy Pop. I'm still dumbfounded about that. Um, Selena Gomez. I'm glad Selena Gomez is not like a zombie, because I could, I don't know. But anything, hopefully you like this review. If you want to hear any more reviews or you got any movies you want me to look at, this is the first one I ever done, so I don't know. If you want to rate it, go 1 to 10, 1 being low, 10 being the highest. Me personally, I think I'm like a 4, maybe a 5. I'm not gonna rate myself so high because yeah. Um, I'm getting really like the lowdown of what goes on and everything else if you haven't seen the movie, and but it kind of ruins the movie for you, I guess. So everybody just if you're watching this video as well, um, then like, subscribe, um, comment anything down below. Uh, what else? Oh yeah, if you're listening to this, like whatever podcast you're listening to on whatever uh, programming or whatever platform, you go and like, share, um, subscribe somewhat. I guess I don't know if you do subscribe on, but you click it, download whatever episode you like. If you like this episode, download it. Also, if you want to get merch, you can go to tattoosquidpod.threadless.com. I'm going to see if I can try to put more stuff in there. Um, Other than that, you can go to Linktree, linktr.ee/ Tattoo Squid Podcast, and check that out. You can go on there and get shirts, whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to go through the list because you'll see the list on it. What else? Uh, yeah, just have a glorious Memorial Day. Yeah. Certain areas will probably raining, but um, yeah. So it's been an interesting day. Yeah, not an interesting day, but I mean it's Memorial Day. Hasn't been like a very crazy fucking day, but the rain kind of like blew me to every fucking thing. So I bid you adieu, and this is the bonus video or bonus episode. So um, take it easy. Have a good day. This is probably gonna come out after Memorial Day, so probably Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. See what happens. All right, folks. Good night. Getting hot in this fucking office. I got need a little air thing in here or something. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Frankie? Okay. He doesn't. But he's right here. He's holding one of my hats. Oh, come on. Hold this hat. Hold the fucking hat. Frankie, hold the hat. So, all right, folks. Take it easy. And may I see you on the flip side. Okay.